.com and click on for me, please, the NWO Fighters program, NWO Fighters, and let's see where I'm at as far as getting across to people. That's what I want to do, just kind of a roll call, I guess. A roll call. Oh, I'm so eat up with it. I don't know if I'll ever get the Marine out of me. I don't want to really, but a roll call. Sound off. Yeah, well, let me tell you what. It's time to turn those skills of troop leading steps and 5-paragraph order and the threat analysis and threat estimate into the supernatural now, because we have another formidable enemy, but this enemy has already been beaten. This enemy's been defeated. They're just doing a scorched earth policy here, except this, no pun intended there in Louisiana, but this scorched earth policy is raking in souls. You see, that's the problem. Kind of like Saddam leaving and burning the oil wells. Do you know that these people are so clever and think we're so dumb that we're going to think that the burning of the oil fields in Iraq is part of the prophecy of the earth darkening and the sun turning red, moon turning red, and whatever? They're trying to use that as part of the Great Tribulation, Day of the Lord. How idiotic is that? And I feel sorry for those people that believe this garbage. Those prophecies have not come true yet. They're seeking so pathetically, they're seeking to bring up as many instances in our past, no matter where it is, and say, oh, this is part of the prophecy. Oh, these 200 cows, I kid you not. I'm not joking here. Oh, these 200 cows died in Wisconsin. Is that part of the prophecy? No, it's dead cows that probably had some kind of genetic manipulation or shot or something that screwed up in an experiment, because University of Wisconsin there is part of Tavistock. Hello? Anybody home? Oh, was these dead birds part of prophecy of the Day of the Lord? No, it's not wormwood. Wormwood is not the 10th planet. Nowhere in the Bible will you find that. Oh, mercy. But they want to make you think, as pathetically as they can, that the day of the Lord, the Great Tribulation period, is coming now that we're in it. Because at the end of the Great Tribulation period is when Armageddon and the return of Jesus Christ happens. So they've got to have it early. You see, early. Fakery, trickery. And then they're going to have the apostasy of the church. You know what the apostasy of the church is? They're trying to make you think that the emerging church is the apostasy. No, the emerging church is the beginning of it, is to create a doubt. Yes, that's for sure. But the apostasy, the falling away of the church, is the bringing of disclosure and the externalization of the hierarchy. That's the falling away, because they will claim that Jesus Christ was an ascended master and alien. I kid you not. This is what those fruitcakes over there in the crown of England believe. In the Merovingian dynasty, they believe they are descendants of Jesus Christ. Oh, they might be descendants of Sananda, who's a fallen angel, a demon. That's very possible. I don't know. Hybrids, they call them. That's very possible. Jesus Sananda Emmanuel looks like what we think Jesus Christ should look like. Look it up yourself. Check it out. Sananda, they say, is Jesus. That's the fake. The hoax of the UFO goes back to 1917. Actually before that. But the real plans for the current hoax of UFO, alien, whatever, started with John Dewey. That's right. In 1917. I've talked about this before. I'm only saying it again to kind of lay the groundwork. There's something bigger coming. The falling away of the church and Manichaean is revealed. Oh, now we're in it. Nobody knows who the Antichrist is. They want you to think it's this one and think it's that one. The Antichrist will come in and save the day. So that means he can't be associated with evil at the very beginning. Who is this man this evil demon they call the Antichrist. Now, I ain't going to talk about this very long. I don't want to give him any time, but too much time, but you need to kind of know that in between Daniel 7 and 11, he shall speak great words against the Most High. He shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods. He shall change times and laws. He shall not regard the God of the fathers, but honor another. He shall continue until the saints possess the kingdom. He shall prosper till the indignation is accomplished. He waxes great toward the pleasant land. He enters in the glorious land. That be Jerusalem. That's the abomination of desolation. That's the only abomination of desolation, is when he enters the glorious land, declares himself to be God, and ceases the sacrifices. That is the abomination of desolation. There is no other. At the time of the end, he shall be the vision. At the time of the end, he shall enter. He prospers in the last end of the indignation, and he shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. By peace he shall destroy many. He, the prince that shall come, shall confirm the covenant with many. World government, sound familiar? He shall take away the daily sacrifice. He shall cause the sacrifice to cease, which hasn't started yet, by the way, of the Jews sacrificing animals. Yeah, it's yet got to start. And the rebuilding of the temple, the physical temple, is what it says in the Bible. Not no human temple. It is a physical temple. The body is the temple of God. This is true. Because remember I said, when you become born again, written in the book of life, your body then becomes a temple of God. The Holy Spirit dwells within you, which changes your physical makeup, basically, to another level. To understand, it doesn't matter what your intelligence level is, because God brings you to godly knowledge, not man's knowledge. But he gives you insight to man's knowledge, yes. He shall prosper in the latter days of indignation, till that determination is poured upon the desolator. He will be destroyed by no mere human agency. So when they tell you the Illuminati is gone, they've been defeated, it will be a lie. They will just be switching on you. A shell game, per se. He shall be broken without hand, because Jesus Christ is the one that's going to get rid of it. No human being, no Ron Paul, no Putin, nobody is going to do it. If they say they have, they're liars. Only Jesus Christ will be the one to get rid of this satanic government that's coming. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Not remotely there. You wait till the world government kicks in. And when the world government that's under the illusion that it's going to be benevolent, once it has control, they're going to start executions of all Masons over 33rd degree. They're going to eliminate all secret societies and the members. They're going to cause more hate, more death than you can imagine once they have total control. But they've laid the trap. That's benevolence. Venus, the Venus Project, and we're going to travel throughout the universe and blah, 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 blah. It's all a lie from the fallen angels. This is what's going to happen. And he is named, Isaiah 14:12, Lucifer. And it's blasphemously assuming Christ's character of the morning star is what they're doing. It's very clever. He's considered to be the king of Babylon, not the actual king, but his hyperbolic name, if that's such a word, I just made it up if it didn't, is the king of Babylon. Don't be confused. They try to confuse you. He's going to come out of the king. He's going to be the king of Tyre. The horn has eyes. The king to whom's prophet is prepared. But watch when he takes away the daily sacrifice. It's not started yet. Watch that. There's much more. And it's throughout the Old and New Testament. Mostly the Old Testament. And in Revelation, he shows up again. Get to know your enemy. There's no battle principle for that, getting to know your enemy. You keep your friends close, but your enemy's closer. And if you're an enemy, and you know your enemy, you're kept closer, well, you can reverse it and play that part. And reverse it back on them. You see, there's little games you can play. God put spies everywhere. People don't know God spies. God is not quiet. God knows from the beginning, he knew all along. God knew. Can you imagine having a parent like that? I was talking about the tricks they use, and now they got you believing Islam is the enemy. Well, radical Islam is. And you know, radical Islam was designed by the Jesuits. Did you know that? Did you know the Jesuits also designed communism back in the 1800s, actually 1700s? Did you know the Jesuits also designed fascism and Nazism and every ism that you can think of, they designed in order to separate and cause wars? That's the Jesuits, hiding within the Roman Catholic doctrine. They're actual people called Jesuits. And one of their main Jesuit leaders, Teilhard Chardin, is the father of the New Age movement. The New Age, back in Hitler's days, was the Third Reich. And today they call the Fourth Reich, not the Fourth Reich. That wouldn't go over too well, do you think? So they call it the New Age movement. That is, in fact, the Fourth Reich. Focus on that. Think about that for a minute. You're in the Fourth Reich. It's called the New Age movement. They just changed the name of the exact same movement. They are the same. Well, they're getting you to think that Islam, using radical Muslims against regular Muslims, they keep them in check. What happened there? Wow, we are moving